Car guys.
Morning.
Car guys. Good morning.
What's going on, everybody?
You guys excited? I'm excited.
I
Do us
always
a
am.
quick favor. Share this around.
Please.
Go ahead.
It's so important.
Tag a car guy. Tag a car gal. Let them know that Lou Ramirez, the car guy,
And Frelinar's the subprime hero.
are brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee podcast. Go ahead, share that around. Go ahead and get your rhythm
That's a brew.
going.
You know what's up.
Let's go ahead and get this day started. Get you some.
Get
Let's go,
you some.
solutionary.
Share.
Wake up.
Share. Wake
Share.
up. Get you guys a cup
Share
of coffee
first.
ready. You have a couple minutes. We're getting ready to drop this awesome video. Our opening credits. You guys know what's up. While we're doing that, get your coffee ready. Send out a few friends. Tell them to come join us for a quick conversation. Have some fun. Let's get this car business day rolling.
Yeah, 2
You know what
minutes.
I mean?
We'll be right
We
back.
will be back as soon as we can.
Focus.
Fly. Keep growing.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for jumping into the cafe with us. Man, that music really gets something happening inside of me. I really don't want any of that to end. I want to keep some of that music rolling. So let's just keep having that beat roll on. Fred, this week is a pretty crazy week, right? This is the time where we're getting ready for Santa Claus to show up,
Oh man.
right?
Yeah.
And people are rustling.
We're less than 10 days away from the actual due date of Christmas, the day Jesus Christ was born. So it's a beautiful day, folks. And just remember,
Just what we put on the calendar.
Right. We don't know exact date, but they picked a date and they use it as an honor date, right? And it's a great date to honor. You know, it's the end of the year. It's a great time to bring giving to everybody, to bring joy, to bring love, and to talk about the power of forgiveness, right?
Mhm.
And that's really what it's about. You know, through Christ. If for many Christians out there, you understand that your forgiveness, your path into heaven is through Christ. Christ gave up his life, committed his whole life for every one of us, stating that by dying and giving his life up, we are all forgiven for our sins, for everything. As long as we take Christ into our lives, we are, and we believe he is our path to heaven. When you believe that, and you really truly do, you have a path to heaven. Everyone does. So make sure you guys honor that, and honor that by doing the right things. You know, go out in your communities. Make sure that you're reaching out, you're touching people that need help, that you're reaching out to people that are helping people. Sometimes people who are out there doing stuff, they don't get the honor they deserve. And don't get me wrong, most of them are not looking for any honor, but let them have some honor. There's nothing better and heartwarming than giving to people. There's nothing more heartwarming than giving a family a dinner that they couldn't give themselves. You know, sometimes it takes a little bit of eating, you know, a little bit of your pride in order to be able to take that. But that's okay. That's what this time of the year is about. It's about everybody as a community, as human beings, as one person to another. We're taking care of each other. We're making sure that the person right to your left or to your right is okay. And make sure you do that. We throughout the year, there's so many times you can do that. And there's so many moments that you can, but this time of year, it's easier to focus on it. So since it is easier to focus on giving right now, give as much as you can. It's the end of the year. What else you have to do? Do it, folks. Love on each other. Share with each other. We got a few people jumped on. We got Charles Higgins. What's up? Let's Brew. Always there for us. Appreciate you, Charles. Can't wait for your show to come out. Can't wait to be on your show. Then we got Joshua Playa halfway through. And I'm excited to announce that I'm running 2K a copy for the first time.
Woo.
Wow.
Get some of that.
Joshua, if I'm not mistaken, I remember when you were getting the job interview and you were looking for that job and you reached out to me, and I appreciate that you did, man. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited for you. I know that you found the right place for you. And running $2,000 a copy on the back, bro. Strong. That's really good, folks. For all you guys who are not in the F&I office. He's definitely drinking Car Guy coffee, and I know he has been, and he's been caffeinated for a while. And man, Joshua, hopefully your plans for 2021 are big. We want to know what they are. If you want to put them in here, great. If not, reach out to me. You got my number, bro. Let's talk sometime. We haven't talked in a while. Give me a call. I'd love to see how you're doing, see how everything's going on, and that F&I office is killing it. Man, I appreciate you too, Joshua. Thank you very much. Dang, I missed the intro. Oh, Josh.
Joey. What's up, Joey?
Just for you, bro. Guys, we'll be back in 2 minutes just for my homie. I got to do it. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you the short intro. This way it's not so bad. How about that? Liking this. Just Joey, you're the man. Joey, for you, man. And we're going back to me. That's right.
There you go.
There it is, Joey.
Hello.
Happy holidays,
Nice.
my brother. Appreciate you for jumping on here.
What's up, Jason Grimes? So that's my brother-in-law over there, and heart goes out to everybody inside of the family that's going through what we're going through. We lost somebody great this week, actually yesterday. So there's a lot that we have inside of the time of celebrating the life of Marshall. Just excited to be able to say how much it is that he's impacted so many different lives, and the family's going to be sharing so many stories this week. But we're with you, Jason. But folks, I want to make sure that we do highlight, and I'm trying to jump on to what Fred's saying here, the gift that we have been given, this life. And we don't know when our last breath is going to be. We don't know what our last day is going to look like. We don't know the last time that we're going to get the chance to speak with our parents, to speak with our friends, to speak with our children. We don't know when those days are going to happen. Nope. So if there's anything that we want to make sure that you get the chance to pour into, it's say the things that are inside of your heart. Pour out the things that you're feeling and you're thinking. Right. Give that love that you don't know the next time that you're going to get the chance to say a comforting word. And you want to make sure that while we are here on this earth experiencing this life, we get the chance to enrich each other as much as possible. Remember, the gift that we are celebrating ultimately this year is a gift that we could not pay the price for, a gift that we could not do enough good deeds to ever get the chance to be right enough to earn the salvation that's given to us by the sacrifice that God gave by giving his own son. So he gave his son as a promise, right? That we can then live the life of salvation. And what is salvation, right? I don't want to just go to heaven. I have an entire life here on earth. The cosmos is so huge. Man. And there's so much
to me. I'll let you go. Go ahead. Go. Keep it.
But
keep it coming.
This life that we get to have here on earth is supposed to be a life that is abundant. Said he came not to condemn the world, but to bring life and life more abundantly. So that abundant life is one that's rich with relationship, that's rich with gratitude, rich with appreciation. The level of gratitude that I know I wake up every day with is knowing I don't deserve this. I don't deserve my wife. I don't deserve my children. I don't deserve all the blessings that I've gained. Right. All of those things are by way of the sacrifice that was paid for me long before I even knew that I was going to need somebody to sacrifice for me. So the gift that is Jesus this year is something that, of course, we get decorated on. We get pumped up. Other countries have all kinds of different rituals that they do to give honor and to give thanks during this time. But I want to make sure that you are encouraged to know that there's nothing that you have to do. The great news is that this gift is available for you. All that you have to do is receive it. And then guess what you do with this gift after? You share it. Right?
Share.
You share.
I mean, that's the gift of that is amazing. Like this whole love, when you believe in love and you believe in one powerful love, and when you're able to have it inside you and you feel it and then you share it, right? You share this love with other people. That's what it is. You're supposed to share. You're supposed to share with words. You're supposed to share with action. You're supposed to share with with your everything. And when you do those things, you get more viewers. I'm just kidding, but seriously, no. I mean, it's just this time of year. I've been doing all my my quick tips, my whiteboard quote of the weeks. The last couple have been about giving, and I absolutely that's what it's going to be the rest of this month. That might even be the rest of the year, next year too. I mean, I just feel like giving is something so important. Our mission here at Car Guy Coffee is basically it all starts with giving. It's information we're trying to give. It's the culture we're trying to give. It's the information that we've had for almost 2 decades each, so 4 decades total of car business experience that we want to share with every one of you all out there. Now, that business experience also translates to a lot of different things, guys. We have experience as salespeople, we have management, finance, training, dealership super sales, advertising, marketing. We have connections with fixed stops. We have it all. These are the things that we're trying to share. So we have what we want to share, but then by bringing in all these amazing guests that we've had throughout this year, this first season of Car Guy Coffee has been bonkers with just amazing people. Wait till you see season 2. I'm reaching out to some more people. I'm trying to get some banger names on there, but we had a great first season. And the first season was information, tons of it. If you go back and you start watching episode 10 through 100, basically, I mean, if you put out every one that we've dropped individually as an episode, it's 100 episodes, and it's crazy. Now, weeks wise, obviously, it's only we didn't put on all those weeks. We started about 6 weeks into the year, maybe 7 weeks into the year. So out of the 52, we did 40. So it's quite a bit, 45 weeks basically that we're going to be knocking out by the end of this year.
We're on 46. This one that's right now with Scott Joseph is 46, and there's still plenty more we can fill up.
We got plenty
for the rest of the year. We're trying to drop it out to you all so that you can get yours in before we actually kick off on season 2. So many big announcements that are coming up as soon as we hit that year. Things that we don't want to spill the beans on, but we do so bad.
Right.
But I mean, we're sitting there over here getting our list together of all these people we got to send out our Christmas cards. And guys, I just want to take a moment. Let's go ahead and throw out all these names. We're going to name drop for a moment all the great people that have been able to brew with us all year. Michael Offmuth from Elite.
Oh, Elite
F5.
I saw Think on my shirt. Don't know why I said it.
From Elite F5
partners right there.
We are so thankful that
Thank you, Michael.
He bought a mug, bought a t-shirt, watched the show, enjoyed Brewing Solutions with us. Then his company became a sponsor of this podcast and is helping bring this message to you all. We are so thankful, so very thankful for the relationship that we have with Michael Offmuth. Then we have Justin and Evelyn and Derek from the Think
Ag Group. You know what's up.
So excited to be brewing with them. They started really helping us kick into the whole flow of making these new connections. We created an entire series that put that out. Along with that came Jason Garris.
Oh, dude, we've been, it's been a nice inspiration for both of us. With the Think Ag Group, they started the think tank. I know that we inspired them to do stuff like that by talking to them, interviewing them, telling them how great they were and what they need to do to bring social media. I'm not taking credit for the think tank at all. I'm saying we inspired. And I'm so happy that we were able to do that. And what's really cool is being part of the Think Ag group, and we have been all year. And it's been really neat to see all the different interviews. Matter of fact, folks, here in 2 days on Thursday, they're interviewing one of our greatest mentors, one of our good friends.
Another great one.
El Patron.
Rudy
That's another one that we've had on our show. One of our very first big guests. And man, what a great time we had with him. I got to be honest with you. His interviewing him at the end of that built so much confidence in me, because it made me realize after I interviewed him, we got this. We actually are good podcast hosts. We know how to make people.
When he said this is the most fun I've ever had on a podcast.
You know,
we were like,
it felt great to hear it, but I could honestly tell he was having that much fun. And that's why we were just flowing with him so well. And I realized that our flow of our show is money. It was a good concept. It was a good way to produce a show. It's a good way to flow people through a show, all the above. So we came out with a great format, and it really stamped it with that interview. Mm-hmm. So since then, our confidence has been on nothing but level 10. And I appreciate that with you, Patron. And, you know, we look forward to growing.
I'm sure that a lot of guests jumped on for us. They were like, oh, yeah, no Patron show. Oh, yeah. I want to be down.
Yeah, no doubt. Trust me.
Who doesn't want to be down with what Patron's doing, right?
Patron. I mean, you know, and then the lineups just kept getting bigger and bigger, you know, and like I said, we really appreciate you, Patron. I appreciate you, Think Ag Group. Appreciate you, Elite FI. But man, that's just a little bit that we've touched. We have so many other people.
Yeah.
I mean,
Adam Marburger,
guys, Ascent Dealer Services.
Come on.
What? Come on now. This guy will put you in an arm bar, leg bar, whatever you want to call it. Don't mess with Adam.
In the finance office and on a mat, right?
No doubt.
Both sides.
Great car guy. Great future solutionary that's just looking to help everybody. So make sure you reach out to him also, man. Great people.
And the man himself, Mr. Russ, man.
Oh, Russ, man. Are you kidding me? That was a great.
That was so much fun. That was a double interview. That was one of the times, folks, that we lost
the
whole interview.
We recorded everything, and then all the video, everything disappeared. So we did a second interview. So thank you, Russ, because you are the man for doing 2 interviews. And the second one, I thought, honestly, was probably better than the first one. Right. Though the first one went really good. So we were a little like, oh, God, it was such a good interview. I don't know how we can mimic it. Oh, we mimicked it, and it was really good. So I'm glad that we ended up doing that with Russ. It was a great experience for us to learn and to, you know, be able to have the gusto to tell somebody, hey, we lost your interview. Yeah. We need to redo it. That actually happened once before that.
It did. He was the second time that happened. The first time that happened was with our second guest, week 5, Smart Payment, Matt Grunke, the smart way to pay from Green Bay.
Yeah.
We lost that one too, but that was also, I mean, all this was growing pains, right? We were trying to figure out, do we record on Skype? Do we record on Zoom?
We didn't know how to do
StreamYard. We didn't know what was going on. We were trying to figure that out. We were kind of remote at that time. It was one of the last times we had the chance to travel. The first time that we recorded, we recorded that in Orlando.
Yeah,
right. With all of the other solutionaries that were out there,
right before all the craziness. Yeah, we were down in Orlando. It was cool. We were interviewing him at the hotel, at the airport, at the airport hotel actually in Orlando at MCO. And we stayed there all the time, and it was fun. We were sitting there. It was a beautiful day. We're sitting there doing our interview, and then all that gone, disappeared. No more.
The only part that saved of it is that little piece that's inside of our intro. That you see
that's true.
Of the grabbing of the cup.
Yeah, we recorded little clips of him running by doing that. We were having fun, slow mo. But we were so new then, you know. We were trying to figure that out. I love it. I just want to go down there again. Anyway,
yeah, we will. But
man, that's just guys. It keeps going.
People, we got Melanie and Melanie Borden, Tom Mayoli.
Man,
I mean,
Celebrity Motor Sales. I appreciate them both. You know, Melanie came into our lives through Evelyn. Actually, Evelyn hooked us up with her. I talked with her. She's a marketing manager, vice president of the marketing side over at Celebrity Motors for Tom Mayoli, and she's a rising star, folks. I'm sure you guys have seen her post because she gets tons of likes everywhere. She definitely likes to put out some really good information. She's very motivational quotes, very motivational that way, and she's also showing people how to do the social media game, which I love to watch, and you know that's part of what I'm trying to do too. And then Tom Mayoli. I mean, go big or go home. Seriously. Right. Tom Mayoli is connected in so many different ways. His name alone should let you know that he's connected, right? Not to mention, he's a huge entrepreneur, been doing it forever. He's in real estate. He's in the car business. He's in, you name it, he's got his hands in it. Not to mention,
he's got his own coffee.
He's also personal friends with our current president, Donald Trump, which, you know, to some of y'all may be great, to some of y'all not. But either way, what a connection to have. What a great person to have on our show. I was honored to have him on. And dude, he was, for a guy at the level he's at, total human being. Totally just loves sharing, loves telling you how to be inspired, loves showing you how he got to where he's at. And that's what this show's about, folks. And with the rest of our guests.
He was raised on Hope Street.
Yeah, he was.
Hope Street is where he comes from.
Nutley.
Oh, man.
Nutley, New Jersey.
Anyway.
Right?
Anyway. So, moving on. Thank you so much for all of those people. But, man,
the list keeps going.
It does keep going.
Yeah,
Dave Foy, thank you so much for recently being on the show. That episode's coming out soon.
Very soon.
Scott Joseph.
Wow.
The Solutionist.
That is out right now.
Yes, Scott
Joseph is out right now.
More about that here in a bit.
Scott's awesome, man. And we will touch back on that episode again here in a moment. But yeah, like he was talking about. And then with the Solutionist, Sandy Cerami.
The Solutionist.
I love that name, Sandy Cerami. That just sounds like one of those names. Like I feel like I was a jerky boy, just kind of.
Send a salami to your boy in the army.
Yeah, Sandy Cerami.
Sandy Cerami.
I love it. And Sandy's a great visionary that has so much to offer and so much to share. And he also loves to learn. If you really pay attention with him and Scott, every time they get interviewed or they're interviewing you, they're writing notes the whole time. They love that. Jamil, who's another one of their business partners, Jamil and Scott are real close, live in Louisville. And Jamil's very much the same way. I haven't had a chance to interview him yet. I definitely want to. He's more of the sit back. He's kind of like you, Lou, in a way. When it comes to when their business, he likes to be the guy, that's kind of back here formulating the plans. He'll jump in and do stuff, but he likes to more or less do all that while Scott's the jacket, all that type of guy, and so, but no, man, Jamil's really awesome too. That whole group of people, man, they're doing some amazing stuff, and I love to watch what they're doing. And that's just a touch on that. And then, then we had, God,
I mean, man, goodness, we had a Super Bowl ring.
Oh yeah. Mile High saluting David Gamble.
A morning glory giving.
This dude won a Super Bowl, guys, with the great John Elway on that team. Had TD, you had Shannon Sharp on that team, bros and girls. I mean, you're talking like he played with some of the greats. He played with people that are Hall of Famers. He is a Super Bowl champ. He has the ring, and he does the Mile High salute. He'll jacket on you. Yeah,
man, he's for real.
David
he's
Gamble
bringing some great stuff to industry. I'm just excited about all the things that he does. We text just about every day. Just a great encouragement. He's always trying to make sure that I stay fired up and that others do, corporately and personally. You're going to see some more from him here on this podcast next year. Just like all these other people, there's going to be a follow-up series where we get the chance to re-engage with all of these people for you to be able to brew solutions with. But moving on from that, we have Rachel Blatt, who is making sure that the logistics keep moving and people keep dancing, having fun, getting their vehicles across the country. Thank you so much, Rachel, for the time that we had with you.
Rachel rocks. She has her own show too. She's amazing. Yeah, I love some Rachel. She's got a unique. She liked to dab it on her show. Wow. She was like, forget folks, like dab.
We got Terrell Blount. We got Chase Lance.
Local car guys, homegrown talent that we had here, man. So fun to have them on the show. God, it's Terrell. I've known Terrell for a long time. His brother Gerald is somebody that I grew up with, which is really cool to have him come on. Chase, his pops, was somebody that I've known in the business for a long time, Steve. And so to see Chase come in and do his thing, and Chase has, Chase was in a car accident many years ago, which left him disabled. He cannot walk. He has to use a wheelchair, but that didn't stop him from saying, you know what? I'm not going to live on disability. I'm going to make a great life for myself and do this car business thing. And he's a manager in the car business, doing some amazing stuff. Very proud of that guy. It's very cool to
hilarious.
His personality don't stop, and he will make you laugh. He loves to have a good time.
Speaking of homegrown, we got Jake Bishop.
Oh, dude,
loving seeing all the stuff that he's putting out there.
Yeah, man. Jake Bishop is Jake Bishop is up at Bob Hook Chevrolet up in Louisville, and he is doing nothing but trying to grow. He has his own show also. It's called Live at 8:05. They do it on Mondays and Fridays, and it's a show for their customers. Really, it's really awesome. Actually, it's a way to introduce the business, what's going on, what's going on in the local news. They do a great job with it. Him and Mike Hibden, and then they have their service rep manager that comes in there too. Mike Hibden. Now, I definitely want to have a conversation with him very soon. I would love to have him on the show. That'd be really cool because he's a car guy, been doing it for a long time, and he's running one of the nicest stores in the city of Louisville over at Bob Hook. So it'd be really cool to have him on the show.
And he's part of the 800 Club, being mentored by one of our mentors.
What?
Speaking of mentors
another
that are
one.
mentoring
These
us
names just
is
keep dropping.
Glenn
Lundy, you know
so
it.
excited
Mr.
for
Rise
Mr.
and Grind,
himself.
hashtag
Hashtag
Rise and Grind, hashtag Rise and Grind, right?
Man,
He's
just
inspirational person,
so
period.
much, so
I love
much,
watching
so much.
what he's doing. You know, he's got smart and jumped on the coffee bandwagon himself, right?
That's
you
right.
know, but it's cool. He's doing it he teamed up with a local business, which I thought was really neat, and he's helping them at the same time as they're helping him. And he's able to get it out there with his audience so they can sell more coffee through that brand too. So it actually works out really good.
Huge, great stuff. Excited about all of that. I'm so thankful that we get the chance to glean from somebody that's having such success getting a message to people. It's not that there's a lot of flash and there's a lot of extra stuff. You know, this car business can be so filled with so much of the extras that you forget the real core. What is it that gets you going? And him applying the morning 5 to his message and making sure that people are constantly paying attention to how they start their day,
right?
And getting themselves set up for success by applying a simple routine to make sure that you are optimizing your output through the day. It's just something that has touched so many lives. I know that we would not be where we are had Fred not seen and been affected by the message initially from Glenn. It's so easy to adopt. I mean, when Fred's walking around with a shirt, with a cross shirt on that says Rise and Grind, right? Of course, that immediately sparks questions, and especially in my heart, be like, dude, what's up with the cross shirt? What's the Rise and Grind? Dude, you don't know about Glenn Lundy? Whoa. But voices like Glenn and other guests like David Villa that are on the show that are not afraid to put out a message of hope, a message of truth, and a message of faith into the market, into the car business. Again, this has been an avenue where many people say, don't speak about religion and don't speak about politics. Well, I believe the only people that can't speak about those things are not rooted in truth. So because they're not rooted, they can't stand very well in those conversations. But those are big talks to have. Some of the most important things in life are going to come off of where your faith comes from. But people like Glenn, people like David, pierce the heart and make sure that you get that message out there, and doing modern day evangelism inside of a business that has had a lot of darkness in it. And when people like Fred are so inclined to move towards the light and inspire people to be the light, right? It's easy to see why we then ultimately gravitate together. So again, we're so thankful for people like that. We also connected with who? Shawn Hayes.
What?
Right? We had Shawn Hayes, your car guy, out here doing big things inside of the cafe. We got to get him in here for a follow-up.
We do. We still got some more time. I know that he actually took some time off of social media. I was reading one of his posts, and he said he just was having a little struggle at work. You know, he's been trying to get some stuff going. He didn't want to put out some fake posts about positivity when he wasn't feeling that way. Since then he has released some more stuff. His son graduated down in Florida from college. He's went down there and visited. He's come back up. So I do still follow you, Shawn, man. I hope that you're doing well. We definitely would love to have a follow-up with you, man. I mean, we still actually never got to the fresh news with you. We never got to any of that. So with you right now, your fresh news is really fresh. You got a lot of crazy stuff going on, and we'd love to sit down and talk to you about your partner up with Frank Carnetti and all that too, man. That's another person we haven't had on the show. Season two is happening. We're gonna get some more guests. That'd be one of those guys. But definitely, Shawn Hayes was awesome to have on here.
Speaking of great flavor, somebody that definitely knows his way around a white tablecloth is going to be Paul Meyer.
Yeah,
man, that was a great brew. That was some great conversation.
No doubt about it.
Along with that, we also had a solutionary that brings leads to dealers that are wanting to help those that have been injured in their buying power, in their buying strength. Subprime leads, right? Nancy, all about the Benjamins, is definitely somebody that we had a great time brewing solutions with. She's doing some awesome stuff inside of the industry, and we were just so excited to be talking to her. But when you get a lot of leads, sometimes you're going to create a route, and that route is going to be like an up bus, right? And so speaking of an up bus, we had
Derek Bumper.
That's right.
Man, Derek, you know, I could tell you it was so much fun to have you on there. Your podcast was growing. It's sad to see that you haven't had time to do it. I know you're super busy with life and with work and traveling and doing all this stuff. But man, the Up Bus needs to come back, brother. We
Bring
need
it
it back
around.
in town.
Bring it around.
I would love to. If you need co-hosts, me and Lou will take some time to help you out with that, man. The Up Bus was a great format. He had a lot of great guests. But the biggest thing was Derek was growing at that time.
He was a fast tracker.
He was looking for avenues that were different than the one he was currently on. And I love that because you could always go on the familiar streets. It's easy to get back on those streets. But when you take those little side routes every once in a while, you find some gold gems. You might find that old antique. You know what I mean, folks? I'm using this as a figurative thing. It's not real. Like, I mean, when you're taking these little side roads, it means just taking opportunities in life. It's taking the path that least traveled. This way you can go out and find things that you've never thought you could find. Form your own path, make your own way. But then once you make your own way, it becomes something normal, right? So that's when you start to become uncomfortable, much like Lou and I. We went and did this whole new path. That path, we cleared it out, man. It is beautiful. We even concreted that path. We made it really nice and pretty. But now we're like, well, we need to make another path. Let's cut through the mountains this way. So that's much like what Derek was doing, and I'm really proud to call him as a friend. I haven't talked to him in a while, so I apologize for that. I need to reach out to you, man. Now that I'm talking about your name.
Heck yeah! But speaking of taking different paths, we took a route all the way to Texas to speak to our brother Beto Meza, who we usually meet in Orlando. But we had the chance to interview him and get some of the awesome brew that's going on with him. We love you, brother. Can't wait to talk to you some more. Just so championing the things that you're doing. But then we got the chance to cross the border again, going down, talking down in Mexico. Where was she? In Cabo?
She was in Cabo.
She was in Cabo with Katie Mears.
Yeah, man,
that was fun.
She was fun. She was sitting there in her little, with the sun shining through her window from the beach.
I'm suffering.
It's horrible here, everything's great though. She killed it. She was a lot of fun to actually interview. She had a lot of great inspirational stuff. She's a great speaker. She's really growing in her own. She is actually part of PermaShield, which is big. I think the COO maybe. And she's doing some big stuff now. She's constantly trying to grow, but she's in Mexico enjoying life. If there's any time to do it, what time better than now during this whole COVID situation? Get on a beach by yourself, do a bunch of fishing, hang out with the one you love, and just enjoy life. And she definitely did that. And she shows people that you can do that and still be able to keep a business running and still be able to do these things. Life is great, folks. You just got to take advantage of all those moments.
Then we also had the chance to, of course, speak with some people behind the veil of Silicon Valley. And the ones that the car guys may not be necessarily have a bridge to understanding what all of those tech smart people behind the magic boxes knows and do. And especially when it comes to things like Carvana and understanding how the car business interacts with that. And we had the chance to speak with Chris Coleman and Nikki. Man, that was fun.
Hendrickson.
Nikki Hendrickson. Man, that was awesome because him and Fred were able to have a conversation where for a good bit of that conversation, I was like, man, I don't know any of this German stuff, because they had a common ground about life in Germany, right? And Fred, for those of you that don't know, Fred was born abroad, right? You were actually born
in Korea.
Lived
in Germany for 5 years though. In those really good years. Like I wish I was a little bit older, but I lived in those years where I was growing up, becoming a human being, becoming who I was going to be, right? And during that time, I was living in Germany, and I got to be part of that culture. And I was there when the wall fell. I was there when it was still East and West. So it was really neat to see Germany become one unified nation, and to be part of that, to see how many people families were reunited again without having to, get passports to go through these checkpoints and all this stuff. And what a cool time to be there. And what a beautiful country Germany is. So much history there. And, us in the United States, we don't realize, we're a very young country, and it may not seem like it because, the country's older than any of us, right? But the country is still super young. Germany's old. You're talking thousands, right? It may not have been called Germany many years ago, but it was definitely a region, and that region has been there, and those cultures have always been there, and those castles and those churches and all these things that are there just blow your mind. Beautiful. You go to a town and it's surrounded, it's like you see in the movies. You see these like walls built around towns, and you got guard shacks in each one. Like you got a wall. You can see where they walk the top. They might even have like a window here, a window there for the archers and stuff. So it's such a cool thing to see, and you only could drive into the town through one gateway. You know what I mean? It was just like beautiful, like in cobblestone everywhere. So Not to go too long about it.
That's ancient.
Not to go too much about it. But
we're a young country, man.
It was a lot of fun to sit down and talk to him about that. I love to talk to anybody who's lived in Europe at that time or even now, because it's always fun to catch up and talk about what's going on over there, because it's a unique place. So yeah, it was great to have them both.
Yes.
Folks, Silicon Valley, those two guys are right there in the mix of it. Matter of fact, they left Carvana to start their own thing called With Clutch. And With Clutch is going to do some amazing stuff, and it's actually growing big right now. He's been on a lot of podcasts recently, getting interviewed again, which I should.
He started one.
He did, but he ain't doing much with it. So I think he's just going to do it periodically because he can. That's what he does. He made all kinds of millions doing what he's doing. So he has the right to do what he wants. He's a very smart person. Him, Nikki, and Chris both. Chris is great too.
Rebuilt a DeLorean, guys.
He did. It was his very first car at 16 years old, folks. Got a DeLorean and rebuilt it. Yeah.
Wow.
And he's in his whole life he's been building cars and fixing cars, and he still does that. So he considers himself a car guy. Loves cars. So that's why he's in this industry. That's why he went from using his technical mind that he got through going through schools like MIT, Stanford Graduate School, doing all these things, taking this information, and then he translates it into car business, which was when they sold their I can't think of the name of the company, but when they sold it to
Calypso.
Yeah, Calypso, when they sold it to Carvana. And then they became, big people in Carvana, left there, resigned. They didn't get fired. They just resigned, say, hey, look, we got some big ideas. We want to move on. And they resigned. And man, what a big company to resign from. That takes a lot of cojones.
And he brought Chris Coleman brought a lot of car guy to Carvana.
He did.
Creating Calypso.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that he was a point of contact inside of a kind of like a classroom or at work.
Mm-hmm.
How do you help me get the best trade in my car? Right. Help me go through that, because I don't want to deal with people. I don't want to deal with car guys. I don't want to deal with them. And he said, okay, well, let's just boom, 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 boom. Created a little path, helped a system come together that many car guys thought there's no way that Carvana is ever going to be able to make that shift, because there's trade-ins involved and it takes people to work trade-ins. All a great argument until somebody figured it out, right? And he actually applied it. This is why Carvana is doing some of the things that they're doing now. Brew is able to do some of the things that they're doing now. These are people that have really, truly saw a problem. And instead of just saying, oh, this is just going to be a limitation forever. No, he said, let me brew a solution. And he did that. And it's paying off dividends for many people. And it's just incredible to know that we had the chance to even hear some of the thoughts. But what do? They grabbed a couple of car guys. They grabbed a subprime hero because they wanted to figure out how to get in there and be able to help people with the refinance side of things, right? They talked to a car guy about what is it that your people are actually looking for. They took notes like crazy. They were the third interview that we lost it all. We lost all of the first whole interview with them too. So guys, there's been many growing pains inside of this path that we've had, but we've had some great conversations with some really great people. And we were just so honored to be able to be with them. Along with that, speaking of worldwide and all that, we went
Australia
all the way down under.
Right?
Oh,
my wife doesn't have to do that.
I'm gonna get it for that.
Right. So, but we did. We threw some shrimp on a Barbie with Michael Dooley. Sorry, man. I know
we got to do it.
It's cheesy. It's corny.
But you can't.
But if you really think about it, we did. We threw some shrimp on a Barbie with this guy. We learned a lot of information. This guy is, he's growing fast right now, folks. He's doing everything from lead generation, AI. He is training right now. He's doing masterminds. He's blowing up. He's also a great family man that has a family that he absolutely loves. He loves to show them off, loves to adore them. He works hard for them. Matter of fact, he left dealership life because the hours were so crazy, so he could do this, which is just as many crazy hours if you're really into it, like I know he is, but you also have a little bit more free time. So he's doing that for his family. But it also turned out to be great for everybody in the car business. So Michael Dooley, man, mate, brother.
Okay. Speaking of other great guests, a great mentor of ours that we cannot say that we would be where it is that we are unless we had somebody like the unstoppable force for good, Mr. Matt Damos himself. Yeah. Thank you so much for being the Yoda in our life and seeing some great potential and constantly sowing into it, depositing positivity and helping us to become better every day. But he's also jumped in and he's part of the culture here inside of the cafe too.
He is.
Getting you some of Matt's mentor.
He is definitely part of the Car Guy Cafe. He is a big part of it. And his Matt mentor moments are just
signed
going to
on-
keep going.
he signed
He
on
did.
here
It's
somewhere.
signed.
He signed on
It's over here.
somewhere. Ding bone, right there.
That's Shawn. He's right above it, right there. Matt Damos.
Speaking of Shawn, Chef Shawn jumped into the cafe as well. And we've just had a great time with him. I get to brew solutions with him each and every day. And that's so exciting for me. These people that we value in our life so much.
Speaking of
Matt
Damos. Okay, mate. And he goes, Crookie. The cafe looks great. Yes, Matt. Appreciate that, brother. He's probably at work right now on the auction. I know he's going to be in for a couple hours. I'll be in within the hour after we're done with this, hopefully. We got some stuff we got to knock out after we get done with the show. We were going to just do a quick one, but Matt, thanks for jumping on. Folks, Matt's mentor moments. Be looking for those. I'm still trying to encourage Matt to keep growing and keep doing these things. I know you guys love the ones we have dropped, so the response has been great. So we're looking forward to dropping some more. So I'm going to have Matt come over this week. It's going to happen, Matt. Put it on your calendar. You're coming over. You can come over tonight, bro, if you want. I'll be off work. You know what time I get off. You come over.
That's right.
Just give me an hour of your time to do a little bit of directing with you, and we can get those things done right here with Matt Damos. Happy
Bingo.
holiday edition, mentor moment, right? So let's make that happen. So anyway.
Speaking of mentor moments,
Crikey.
there's so many people that have a different understanding of what it's like to be, I don't know, in the mob, right? And we've had the great opportunity, taking that bridge from Pinnacle all the way to the strategy mob up in Canada, connecting to our Canadian-Canadian friend. Nobody ever knows really
he's a
where
blend.
From. It doesn't matter. But Jason Harris from the strategy mob.
Yes, sir.
We are so thankful that we had the chance to brew solutions with you. Got many more solutions that are brewing up.
And there's people from the strategy mob that are going to be coming on our show,
Yes.
and these are people that were before they were even strategy mob, were people we were talking to, but now that they're strategy mob,
they're made men.
They're made men. So we're going to have them come on the show. We're going to talk with them. We're going to
just chat it up. Just have a cup of coffee and
it's great stuff, man. And they're putting out tons of content, and I love what Jason's doing. Jason's just trying to shed the light just like we are. There's a lot of people out there that are doing some amazing stuff for the car business, much like we are. We just want to get part of that energy, make that energy amplify, right? If you could team up with people like Jason Harris and Matt Damos's and the Jason Garris's and the El Patrons, and I could keep naming
all day long
these people out there doing some amazing stuff, but yet it's not enough, folks. There's still room for you. There's still room for everyone. Let's get out there and amplify this noise. Let's make the car business the best thing in the world. Let's make it to where everybody wants to be in it. Let's make it to where the next generation isn't looking to become lawyers or doctors. They're like, I want to be in a car business.
But that's the honorable position that they seek, right? It's no longer stigmatized with this crook mentality and these cheater mentalities and these people that don't honor their family, right? It's so important that we do challenge that. And speaking of people that make sure to pour out and help others, like veterans and other people inside of the car business, you have other incredible people like Richie Bello, who's been on the show. We put out here inside of the cafe, and we've been excited to team up with him, who's always encouraging and who's always sharing and who's always developing and creating another tool, another great solutionary that has been part of the solutions that we've been brewing.
There he is right there. Speaking of him, he just said, hi, guys. We also, and
Richie Bello, what's up,
one person
man?
that we haven't had on the show all the way through is DJ, man.
DJ's coming.
He's saying CarMax really put a dent in the market many years ago. It did, but I didn't notice it because I'm strong as death. But anyway, but yes, Carvana, they definitely have a thing, man. You're so right. But DJ is writing a book right now, folks, and his book's getting ready to release here really soon. He's hoping by the end of this year. If not, it'll be early next year. But it's about being of color in this business, being treated differently because you don't look the same. Being brown. So, I understand a lot of that. I do get the way that feels. So I totally cannot wait to read his book because I understand that being on that other side of the desk, just like he's on that side of the desk, where you're not the same as everybody else. But, one thing that helps you stand out, folks, no matter how different you are, is hard work, passion for the game, and constant growth. And you have to, one thing about all the prejudice in the world and all this stuff, it starts with what our first of the 3 F's. It's forgive it. You have to let it all go because people, they're going to be prejudiced whether the world is right or wrong, right? So there's always going to have those one people who are going to look at you different because you look different. So prove them all wrong. Be the better person and be better than that. Be the one who shows that, hey, my culture is great. I am in your culture. One thing's for sure, we're here in the United States of America, and most of us are U.S. citizens, so we are Americans. I was, joking with, like, talking about, I was saying that my brother can't call himself half Korean. They're like, what do you mean? I said, well, he wasn't born there. I was born there, so I could say I'm half Korean. I was actually born in Korea, and so can my sister, right? So she's half Korean. But my wife was like, well, then how do you call yourself American? Because I was a U.S. citizen born abroad. I was never a Korean citizen. But I was born in Korea, so I could say I'm half Korean. But if you're here, if you're full Korean, you were born here in the United States. Yeah, you're Korean, but you're an American. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense, folks? We are Americans. We are U.S. citizens. We love. This is a beautiful country. We are all part of it. Whether you're black, white, brown, green, doesn't matter. You're an American citizen, so we should treat you as if, I know it's not going to happen anytime soon. It's very difficult. This world is very, what they see is what they get type thing, right? And it's not true at all. I can see somebody thugged out in their gear. I'm not going to think that they're a criminal. I don't think that way. I'm fortunate. But
I usually automatically assume that they can dance, though.
Because they probably can. I'm ready. That or they could flow on the mic.
We can spit some language. I automatically think.
Nothing wrong with those. But what I mean is I'm not going to look at them and like, I don't want to be around that person. Right. He's a thug or she's a thug or whatever it is. I look at it as I want to get to know that person just because of the way they dress. Because if you guys see me outside of work, I don't always dress in a shirt and tie or a jacket or even in think gear every time. Sometimes I'm my tattoos are out. Sometimes I'm wearing stuff.
Man, do we appreciate the think gear? Do we appreciate some of this?
Man.
This feels so nice.
That's Elite F5.
Love this. There's definitely more room inside of our closets for more sponsors to get involved in gearing us up.
Man,
just so you know,
this is the end of the show, guys. We're getting ready to get off. I'm gonna go ahead and do a giveaway.
Yes, we're gonna do a giveaway, but I want to say something real quick to make sure that we do highlight some other great people that are going to help launch this next year into the stratosphere. And that's going to be those that brewed the very first cup of Car Gal coffee with us all the way in NorCal. Brittany Hibden, so thankful from Hibden Auto Center, her jumping in here, overcoming all the adversity that's going on all throughout the upper part of California. That's right. They are still finding a way to get through it, but she was able to jump in with us, graced us with a great conversation. You can see her inside of some of the intro that's out there. Again, great friend that we usually get the chance to connect with quarterly. We are championing her. She's had a great, just a great year of growth. I know that she's been being mentored by Glenn and Danielle. I mean, there's so many people that have been helping make sure that she becomes her best because she's seeking people that have solutions and are brewing constant growth. So we're so thankful for Brittany, but the other two sisters in our family.
The future Car Gal Coffee podcast hosts
about are Melissa, Hannah, and Michelle
Streets,
the sisters of saving.
DJ says, can I win again? Folks,
can he win again?
You can. But this is what the giveaway is, folks. And I'm going to let this giveaway, it's going to be good through this Sunday night. We'll announce the winner Sunday night, okay? This is happening. I'm going to give away a coffee mug, brand new coffee mug, Car Guy Coffee. This is the black interior design. I love this one. This is really cool. Tastes really good out of this cup, okay? I'm going to do this, and I'm going to throw in a Car Guy Coffee podcast shirt.
The gray ones.
But this one's going to take a little work for you guys to earn. Now, what I want from you guys is a video. I want the video to be less than 60 seconds, and I want it to be either your personal brand or something to do with the business that you work for. All right. I want you to put out a video. We're going to put it on our show, like Matt's mentor moment. We're going to do it in the middle of the show. We're going to drop it for you.
Fresh news about
whoever wins it. We're going to announce it by showing the video, and then we're going to announce it. So you're going to get Car Guy Coffee shirt, right? In your size, of course, right?
That's a good one. That's a
good one. And we're going to give you a mug. This right here is $40 worth of gear, at least. All right. So $40 worth of gear for the first person, not the first person, but the best video. I want to see a video that introduces yourself. I only want it to be, it could be a little longer than 60 seconds, but make it 60 seconds. All right.
At least
60 seconds of just good stuff, being funny, being creative. Keep it seriously silly if you want. You could be serious if you want, but have fun with it. I want to get to know who you are. I want to know what you do. And I want to get this stuff out there for everybody. And I want you to be more encouraged to do videos, folks. Make sure that you guys are out there doing these videos. So every one of y'all watching this, you are entered. Make it happen. If you want to send it, the videos via email, or you can upload them to the Car Guy Cafe, if you want, you can just put it right in the cafe, in the Facebook group. And if you're on LinkedIn, you can upload it there and just tag me. All right. And I'll pull those videos and I'll put them in there. But whatever way is the easiest. Now, our email, carguycoffee2020. I'm going to put this in comments. carguycoffee2020@gmail.com. All right. So this is going to be it's in the comments right now for both LinkedIn and Facebook and everywhere. So you can see the email address. You can email it to us there, or like I said, post it on Facebook, but make sure you tag us, letting us know this is a video entry.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just post? Matter of fact, if I was you, I would post it online, because then at that point you can do that. But I also want to get a copy of it so I can put it on my thing too. But I would love to see it. I love to see you guys get out there and get more encouraged to do videos, because it is that time of year. Let's not walk into 2021. Let's sprint into 2021.
Come on.
And let's make 2021 the best year ever. Let's not wait to January 1st. Let's get it going right now. Let's get your habits going. Let's get your videos going. Let's get you talking about your business and yourself. And let's get your brands growing, folks.
That's right.
And you're going to get something great for it.
So
something,
make sure that you
the best products in the world. I want to give this away. I want to give it to somebody who deserves it. So let me see that again. And DJ, yes, you can win it again. And I hope you do win it again.
You just might.
But I want to see some videos. And I even told you that the other day on the phone, DJ. I want to see some videos, which you did. And I appreciate it. When you got the mug, you did a little video. I'm glad you won that, folks. You saw he won the Wise F&I mug.
And that was such a good mug. It was so hard to give away.
It was.
Man,
I almost
Wise
wanted to keep
F&I.
it. But hey,
definitely send us some more.
Send us some more.
Great.
Hey, any of you guys out there, if you have product that you want to, you don't even have to be our sponsor. If you want to send us gear to give away, that's a free spot for you. That doesn't cost you anything except for the gear that you have.
We love to give gifts,
stickers, whatever
it's
you
Christmas.
Want. We want to give it away for you guys. Make it happen.
Yes.
Folks, we're going to get off here. We need to get to work. We got to write some cards out.
We're not going to do. We aren't going to crawl.
No.
We aren't going to walk. We're not even going to sprint into next year, Fred. What are we going to do? We're going to fly, because we're flying with all of these incredible solutionaries. So before we finish this small little live that actually went way longer, but I mean, we're talking about some incredible solutionaries, which is very easy to get carried away on. Okay, just forgive us for that. But thank you so much for participating with us. But before you go about your day, we want to make sure that we do challenge you, to encourage you to apply the 3 F's so that you can keep growing. And that's to forgive, focus, and fly. There is no gift that you can give that will open up your heart like releasing the weight of unforgiveness off of your shoulders. So we want to make sure that you go ahead and keep that lifestyle moving forward. It's important that you pay attention to the things that you want to grow in, the people that you do want to help, the goals that you do have. So it's imperative that you focus. But then when you do that, it takes a leap of faith. And the only way for you to ever truly start flying is that you apply your faith, that you are able to stay up, suspended by things you can't even see, by air. You're flying. You're suspended by air. You can't see it, but you're up there and you're doing incredible things. So again, car guys and car gals, let's make sure that we apply 3 F's so that we can keep flying and keep growing. Ready? Join us on 3. 1, 2, 3. Forgive,
focus, and fly, and keep growing. Keep growing.
Yes. So excited. Car guys, car gals, I know that this has been,
man, what a great
fun.
time.
It's been fun for me. I've had a great time.
Much like Jake Bishop just said, y'all kill it. And we're trying our best, man. And you kill it too. Your show's been rocking, my friend. Keep it growing. I was actually just talking about you earlier.
You missed. You got to go back. Listen.
Yes. So we appreciate you guys all for jumping on. And if you didn't see it, don't forget, make sure you give us a video. You have till Sunday.
Yes.
So try to, get it in there before Sunday so we can, because we're going to probably make a decision by Sunday. So
That's right.
I'm excited. Right. I want to have some entries, folks. I want to have as many as I can. So even if you have a friend who's in the car business that did not see this, but you want a chance for them to win it, tell them about this video that they need to make.
That's right.
People out there trying to grow, help them grow. Let's
go.
That's
right. Speaking of grow, this week we are brewing solutions. A 5-liner is out. Part 1 is with Scott Joseph from Move, Crush, Count. So get you some of that right now. Car guys and car gals, thank you so much for being with us. This is Lou Ramirez, the Car Guy.
This is Fred Lenars, the Subprime Hero.
And you have been brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast.
Woo! Let's brew. We got it right. All right. Y'all have a good one. Peace.